Who's this on the book cover?
The cat on the book cover is named Rusty, and he is a kitty pet, as the clans call them, who lives with the two legs in the two-leg houses, and don't live in the wild. But he is different from other kitty pets who are very soft, and instead he wants to live in the wild. He wants to be free. So when he intentionally tries to go out into the forest as much as he can, and in the end he ends up being accepted into one of the 4 wildcat clans in the forest named Thunder Clan.
Then how did he get a chance to go into the wild?
When he is sleeping, he repeatedly had dreams about him hunting in the forest. So he decided to make these dreams come true and decided to try his first hunt in the forest. And he went out, and he was about seconds away from catching a mouse, but then an apprentice from Thunder Clan named Greypaw, who in the future becomes his best friend, unintentionally attacked him and caused him to miss his catch. And so the two young cats had a fight, and Blue Star and Lionheart, who are 2 warriors from Thunder Clan, and Blue Star is the leader, discovered them, and Blue Star saw the potential in Fireheart and asked him to join her clan.
And are there any steps to be accepted to the clan?
I think being a kitty pet being accepted into the clan is very rare. So I don't think Blue Star makes the decision lightly, and she must have thought about this long and hard. And I think the kitty pet must show that his qualities are different from others, that he's willing to fight, and that he can willingly give up the comfortable life of the 2 legs, and he can willingly defend his clan with his life. He has that loyalty, and there's many things that the wildcats need to survive.
And is Blue Star a good leader?
Yes, I think so. She is very wise, and she doesn't rule the clan in her own way. She listens to the other cats and takes in their opinions, and she's willing to give young cats the chance, like for example Rusty, to prove themselves for their clan.
Are there other members in the clan?
There are many other cats in the clan, and they're largely defined into 3 or 4 groups. The first is, of course, the warriors, who are basically the fighters of the clan. They are toms or she-cats without kids. And then there are the queens, who are she-cats with kids, who are pregnant or who are in the process of taking care of their kids. And then there are the apprentices, which are kids who are more than 6 months old, who are doing their training to become a full warrior. And then there's the deputy, which is actually the co-leader, and then there's the leader who leads the clan.
And was Rusty given a new name to belong to the clan?
Yes, after Rusty had a fight with another cat and lost his collar in the fight, Blue Star said that it was a sign from Star Clan that he was free from the 2 legs, and when the sunshine shone on him, she said he looked like a brand of fire in the sunshine, so she gave him the name Firepaw.
And does Rusty or the Firepaw make friends in the clan?
His one and only best friend is Greypaw, the apprentice he fought on the first day, and he gets along pretty well with the other apprentices over time. But of course, there are some cats who are very prejudiced and don't think that kitty pets are strong enough to be a member of their clan, and always despise him.
And how did the cat get food? food in the wild?
Their main way is hunting. So I think there are many ways to sneak up on prey depending on what kind it is. For example, a rabbit or a bird or a mouse. And it basically consists of not making a sound and make sure the prey isn't aware of the hunter and sneaks up as close as it can, and then it pounces. And that is how they get food.
And how do they learn the skills?
As I said, the apprentices are warriors in training. So a kid can become an apprentice when he or she is more than 6 months old. And the apprentices are assigned a mentor by the leader. And the mentor is most likely a senior warrior or warrior who has much skill. And the warrior teaches what he knows, his skills or his experiences to the young apprentice. And the apprentice has to go through a lot of tests and examinations to become a full warrior when the mentor and the leader both agree that the apprentice is old enough and skilled enough.
Then who is Firepole's mentor?
I think I remember that his first mentor was Lionheart, and Lionheart was the cat who was with Blue Star when he and Grandpa first fought. So he's a very, very experienced and senior warrior, and unfortunately, but he's killed in a battle with another clan called River Clan, and from then Blue Star, the leader, takes on his training, and it's an enormous privilege for the leader to be an apprentice's mentor. So I think this shows that how Firepole is special to Blue Star.
Then how many members are there in the clan?
I think a normal clan has about 30 cats, maybe. And they all have different roles in the clan, and they do their own role to survive.
What was the name of the Firepole's clan?
Thunder Clan.
Are there other clans?
Yes, there are 4 clans in total in the forest. Thunder Clan, Firepole's clan, and then a River Clan, and then Shadow Clan, and Wind Clan.
Then please tell me about how they are different.
Just to start from River Clan, I think River Clan and Thunder Clan, because they share boundaries, I think they're very fierce allies. They're very fierce adversaries, and they're always fighting each other for more territory and prey. But I think Thunder and River Clans, like their name, they are cats who like swimming and they're good at it. And their main diet is fish, and they live, I think, in an island surrounded by a very thin river, and they mainly catch their fish from the river. And then Thunder Clan's ally, maybe, I think, is Wind Clan, and like their name, they live on the moor, very open moors, and their main diet is rabbits, and they run after them, and they're very fast and nimble, so they can run after rabbits easily. And Thunder Clan and Wind Clan almost always get along quite well, but Thunder Clan's biggest enemy is Shadow Clan, and they've always been enemies. And Shadow Clan is, I think it shows the Shadow Clan as the almost antagonist, maybe, in the story. It doesn't have a good reputation. So, like its name, it lived in the pine forests, and their cats and leaders have a reputation for being evil and shadowy. So that I think that's where they got their name. And Shadow Clan, later in the story, Shadow Clan makes a temporary alliance with River Clan, but in the beginning, they don't get along with all the other 3 clans.
And there are some outstanding characters in each clan.
I think mainly the outstanding characters are the leader or deputy, which is most mentioned in the story. So, of course, Thunder Clan's most memorable cats. I think there are 3. So Blue Star, of course, she's the leader, and I think she's maybe the best leader almost in the story. Second best, just best. And then there's Tiger Claw, and he has a very high profile reputation for being evil. And everyone knows his ambition to become leader of ThunderClan. And later in the series, he does many evil acts to try to take over Blue Star's place. And then there's Firepaw, who crawled his way up from a kitty pet to later a magnificent leader. And then RiverClan. I think the RiverClan's most outstanding character is Oakheart, who is the deputy when Firepaw first comes into the clan. But the very day Firepaw comes into the clan, ThunderClan's deputy, Redtail, and Oakheart both killed in battle. But before then, it is said that he is a very outstanding warrior and was respected by all the clans. And I think in Wind Clan, it's Tallstar. He is the leader of the clan, and he's not bad. He's not a bad leader. And Shadow Clan, I think maybe Blackfoot, who is the deputy. And like Tiger Star is also has a very high profile reputation, and he is known by the other clans as scheming and cruel.
Then, besides the leader and deputy, are there important roles in the clans?
I think the most important role is the warriors, who I said are the main fighters of the clan, and they are mostly the youngest and strongest cats who are most skilled at fighting, and they're the largest in number.
I know there are cats called medicine cats. Who are they?
Yes, the medicine cats are like human doctors, and they know a lot about herbs and what herbs treat what wounds and such. So there's basically 1 or 2 medicine cats, the main medicine cat and the medicine cat's apprentice. So the medicine cat's main role is to treat the wounded warriors from battle, and I think its role is very important too.
Said the most important roles in the clan are warriors. Then how do they train the warriors? What's the system of training?
Like I said, when a kid turns into an apprentice, 6 months old, then the leader appoints an appropriate mentor to the kid and to the apprentice, and the mentor trains the apprentice. And basically, they first start with hunting. Mainly there are 2 types, hunting moves and battle moves. So they mainly start with the basic hunting moves and basic battle moves. Like for hunting moves, crouching and pouncing and jump, and the battle moves like how to find your enemy's weakness and how to attack and when to attack and such. And then as the training continues, they keep assessing the apprentices to find out what they've learned, and mostly the apprentices are turned on each other as opponents, and basically 2 or 3 apprentices and 2 or 3 mentors gather together to give the last assessment. And most of the deputy or the mentors follow the apprentice as it goes on a mission to hunt or supervises as 2 apprentices battle each other. and then they report to the leader or deputy, and if they decide that the apprentice is skilled enough, then they will have a special ceremony, a religious rite, to give the apprentice its warrior name and its warrior title. And after the ceremony, the apprentices, the newly made warriors, will have to sit a vigil to guard the clan for one whole night, and they have to sit outside. They have to sit near the camp entrance and guard the camp, staying awake.
And how do they share food?
There is something called the fresh kill pile, and there's a system called patrols. So border patrols who control the border, and then the hunting patrols which bring back food. So the hunting patrols, they are sent at, I think, one at dawn and one in the evening, 2 or 3 in the evening. So the hunting patrols are made up mostly of 4 to 5 or 3 to 5 warriors and 1 to 2 apprentices. So they bring back as much food as they can, but there is something called a warrior code, and it's basically like the law in human society. So all cats must follow it, and there are rules like, you have to defend your clan with your life, and you have to remain loyal to the clan, and you have to, etc. And there's one rule that says a hunting patrol cannot eat before it returns and adds something to the fresh kill pile. So, and then when the fresh kill pile is stocked up, then in the evening or noon, all the cats take one piece for themselves, one or 2 pieces for themselves, and they sit down with their friends and share. And they do something called sharing tongues, which is basically grooming each other.
And what if a cat breaks the code? Do they have any judging system?
If the cat breaks a major law, a major code, then the cat might be punished severely. Might be punished like cleaning or looking after the elders. Or if, for example, it betrays the clan in any way or plans something against the leader or the deputy, then the cat will most likely be exiled from the clan and will be banned to enter that clan's territory again.
So there are 4 clans in the forest. And do the leaders of clans have regular gatherings?
Yes, there is a gathering named the Gathering, and it is made once a month or once a moon. And there's a sacred place called the 4 Trees, and it's basically 4 gigantic oak trees, and there's a clearing between them, beneath them, and that's where all the clan cats gather once a month to.
All of the cats.
Except the queens or the kids. The leader chooses which warriors will go. So I think about half of the cats go, and they attend the gathering, and the leaders just go and share what has been going on in their clans, and if is there any news to share. And afterwards, the clan cats just gossip amongst themselves and chat and share what they haven't had a chance to talk about.
What was the most impressive scene of this book?
I think the most impressive scene in this book is in the beginning, when the Firepaw first arrives at the clan, and a cat named Dustpelt challenges him and says that he's too soft to become clan cat because he's now warrior born. So the two have a fight, and in the end, Dustpelt manages to grab hold of his collar, and the collar rips off his neck. And I think that's the most impressive because it shows that it symbolizes like freedom and independence from the 2 legs, and it shows it's like it symbolizes Rusty starting a new life in a new place with a new name, Firepot. So I think that's most impressive.
What are the reasons you really like this story?
Basically, I like cats, and I think that's something of it. And I really like this style, like always at war and for clans survival and like that. So, and I also like the reading level it's on. I think it's most appropriate for my skills. And basically I just like the style, and I think it has a lot of potential to
Do what?
to
Expand?
yeah and not expand, to grow into a really magnificent story.